If you're over 60 and notice your anxiety levels creeping up, even when life should feel more settled, you're not imagining things. Recent research reveals that anxiety doesn't simply fade with age. In fact, for many adults, it intensifies during the decades after 60, creating a hidden mental health crisis that few people talk about openly. Today, we're uncovering why anxiety often peaks during this stage of life, and more importantly, I'll share 3 evidence-based strategies that can help you reclaim your peace of mind. Stay with me, because what you learn today could transform how you experience your golden years. Let's start with a truth that might surprise you. While we often associate anxiety with younger people juggling careers and raising families, research published in the Journal of Affective Disorders found that anxiety disorders affect approximately 1 in 4 adults over age 55. That's 25% of the older adult population dealing with persistent worry, fear, or panic. Even more striking, a comprehensive study from the University of Queensland tracking over 2,000 adults across 13 years discovered that anxiety symptoms actually increased with age for many participants, particularly after age 60. This flies in the face of the common assumption that retirement and fewer responsibilities automatically bring inner calm. So what's happening? Why does anxiety surge during a time when, theoretically, life should feel less stressful? There are several interconnected reasons why anxiety intensifies after 60, and understanding them is the first step toward finding relief. First, there's the biological factor. As we age, our brains undergo significant changes. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that the hippocampus, the brain region crucial for emotional regulation, can shrink with age, making it harder to manage stress and anxiety naturally. Additionally, hormonal shifts, particularly the decline in estrogen and testosterone, directly impact neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, which help keep anxiety in check. Second, this stage of life brings profound identity transitions. After decades of defining yourself by your career, parenting role, or physical capabilities, retirement and aging can trigger what psychologists call role loss anxiety. You might wonder, who am I now? What's my purpose? These existential questions create fertile ground for persistent worry. Third, there's the reality of accumulating losses. By our 50s, 60s, and beyond, we've likely experienced the death of parents, friends, or even spouses. We face our own health challenges and witness our bodies changing in ways we can't control. A landmark study published in the British Journal of Psychiatry found that bereavement and chronic health conditions were among the strongest predictors of late-life anxiety. Fourth, there's what researchers call mortality salience, the growing awareness of our own limited time. While this can inspire some to live more fully, for others it triggers anticipatory anxiety about death, illness, and what lies ahead. Finally, social isolation plays a massive role. According to research from the National Institute on Aging, social connections often shrink after 60 due to retirement, mobility issues, or the loss of loved ones. This isolation doesn't just make us lonely, it actively fuels anxiety, creating a feedback loop where worry makes us withdraw, and withdrawal increases worry. Now for the good news. While anxiety after 60 has real biological and psychological roots, it's not inevitable, and it's absolutely treatable. Here are 3 powerful research-backed strategies that can help you take control. Strategy number 1, embrace targeted physical activity. You've heard that exercise helps mental health, but here's what makes it especially powerful for anxiety after 60. A groundbreaking study published in JAMA Psychiatry analyzed data from over 1.2 million adults and found that physical activity reduced the risk of depression and anxiety by up to 43%. But here's the key. For older adults, the type and intensity of exercise matters enormously. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Research shows that moderate intensity activities like brisk walking, swimming, Tai Chi, or yoga are exceptionally effective for reducing anxiety in older adults. These activities lower cortisol, your primary stress hormone, while boosting endorphins and promoting better sleep, both crucial for managing anxiety. If you're enjoying the content and want more videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Tai Chi deserves special mention. Multiple studies have shown that this gentle, flowing martial art reduces anxiety symptoms in older adults more effectively than many other forms of exercise. It combines movement, breathing, and meditation, addressing anxiety from multiple angles simultaneously. The prescription: aim for 30 minutes of moderate activity, 5 days per week. Start small if you need to. Even 10 minutes makes a difference. And gradually build up. The consistency matters more than the intensity. Strategy number 2, cultivate meaningful social connections. Remember how we discussed that social isolation fuels anxiety? The flip side is equally powerful. Meaningful social connection is one of the most potent anxiety remedies available. Research from Brigham Young University found that strong social relationships reduce anxiety and improve mental health outcomes even more than some pharmaceutical interventions. But quantity doesn't equal quality. Having 500 casual acquaintances matters far less than having 3 or 4 genuine connections where you feel seen, heard, and valued. Here's how to put this into practice. First, prioritize depth over breadth. Reach out to 1 or 2 people you genuinely connect with and invest in those relationships. Schedule regular phone calls, video chats, or in-person visits. Share what's really happening in your life, not just surface pleasantries. Second, consider joining groups aligned with your interests or values. This could be a book club, a gardening group, a faith community, or a volunteer organization. Shared purpose creates natural opportunities for connection while giving you that sense of meaning we discussed earlier. Third, don't underestimate the power of intergenerational relationships. Research shows that connections with people both older and younger than ourselves provide unique mental health benefits. Mentoring younger people or learning from those with more life experience can reduce anxiety while expanding your sense of purpose. If mobility or geography makes in-person connection difficult, embrace technology. Video calls, online communities, and even text messaging can provide real social support. The medium matters less than the authenticity of the connection. Strategy number 3, practice mindfulness and cognitive reframing. Our third strategy addresses anxiety at its source, the patterns of thinking that fuel persistent worry. Mindfulness, the practice of bringing your attention fully to the present moment without judgment, has been extensively studied for anxiety management. Research published in JAMA Internal Medicine analyzed 47 different studies and concluded that mindfulness meditation programs show moderate evidence of improving anxiety symptoms with effects comparable to antidepressant medications for some individuals. For older adults specifically, mindfulness offers unique benefits. It helps you step back from anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about the past, anchoring you in the only moment you actually control, right now. You can start incredibly simple. Try this. Sit comfortably and focus on your breath for just 5 minutes. When your mind wanders to worries, and it will, gently notice the thought without judging yourself, then return your attention to your breathing. That's it. Do this daily, and you're literally reshaping your brain's response to anxiety. Pair mindfulness with cognitive reframing, the practice of challenging and changing anxious thought patterns. When you catch yourself catastrophizing or assuming the worst, pause and ask, what's the evidence for this thought? What are alternative explanations? What would I tell a friend thinking this way? For example, if you think, my memory is getting worse, I must be developing dementia, reframe it. I occasionally forget things, which is normal at my age. I'm still managing my daily activities effectively. If I'm concerned, I can talk to my doctor for reassurance. This isn't toxic positivity or pretending problems don't exist. It's about creating a more balanced, realistic perspective that reduces unnecessary anxiety. Anxiety after 60 is real, it's common, and it's rooted in genuine biological and psychological changes. But it's not a life sentence. By understanding why it happens and implementing these 3 evidence-based strategies, targeted physical activity, meaningful social connection, and mindfulness with cognitive reframing, you can dramatically reduce anxiety's grip on your life. Remember, seeking professional help from a therapist or counselor who specializes in older adult mental health is also a sign of strength, not weakness. Many people find that combining these self-help strategies with professional support creates the most powerful results. You've spent decades caring for others and building your life. Now is the time to invest in your mental well-being with the same dedication. You deserve peace, joy, and confidence in these years ahead. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on healthy aging and mental wellness. And share your thoughts in the comments. What strategies have helped you manage anxiety? Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.